The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just like time, just like another season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just like time, just like another season.
Hello. Happy Tuesday. Nice track. Seasons. Cadmium, Rival, and Harley Bird. All right. Everything seems to be up and running again today. I am recording on the YouTube side. Try and make sure this shit's going to cooperate. So, actually launch this on the other screen. Hello, happy Tuesday. How are we? Hope things are going well. I have, let's see, 11, 12, 1, 2. I have about 2.5 hours that I can work with. So I just want to try and get some cleanup done and officially 100% the map. I should get the sound going. That would be useful. Where's my mouse? There we go. I don't have a shortcut for this. I feel like I need one. I feel like a shortcut would be useful. Okay. So, if anyone was hanging out at the end of the last stream, you may have noticed I had a slight problem with the SAM train. I am supposed to be going up this hill right now, but it's too steep for a fully loaded train. The thing is maxed out on power, 110 megawatts to go up the hill, and it's rolling backwards. So, slight problem. I'm going to have to redo the spiral. I thought about making just a bypass, but I think I'm just going to redo the spiral itself. So this should get to the bottom and then stop. Mm-hmm. It's too steep. All right. First off and foremost, all I'm going to redo is change the inclination of the track itself. And my camera just shut off. Come on, let Missy cooperate today. I love how the train's just down there, just kind of bobbing in place. It'll stop eventually. Come on, dynamic head movement, go. There we go. She's back. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to have to back the train off of it. Backwards. There we go. So I can keep the beam, but I have to delete everything attached to it. You. All of that. I'm going to try and leave lights where they are, I think. Well, I'll probably have to move them too. It'll still be a pretty spiral when we're done. It's just going to have more loops. Also, forgive me, I'm tired today. I did sleep last night, but I am also tired today. there. Okay. So those were 4 blocks apart, I believe. So let's try 3 blocks apart to make it less steep. So it'll be 1, 2, and 3. Can I make it tighter? 1, 2, 3. It's only 2 apart. But was I doing? I should have counted before I deleted it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Seven. Very close on these lights, but the pattern is working. Interesting to see how it lines up at the very bottom. Click. Thank you. Much longer spiral. Because, like, I thought of other solutions. Like, I thought about adding locomotives, because that would also solve the problem. And I was like, well, then, if I add locomotives, then all of the stations have to be modified with an extra platform to account for the extra platforms, plural, to make up for the changes in the length of the trains. But I also thought about just making a bypass for the return side. Excuse me. Yes, indeedy. This definitely transforms this into the single biggest spiral that I've made anywhere in the map. I'm pretty sure this is the tallest, and it is now the longest. Hello, Valius. How you doing? Yes, today we should have enough time to officially finish out the nodes. I'm just doing a little cleanup work. I built this spiral on my last stream, and it was too steep for a fully loaded train to go up. So we finished the SAM nodes on yesterday's stream. So SAM is 100%. So I have a little cleanup to do. I've got 4 geysers that need to be taken care of, and I've got 1 pressurized oil well that needs to be gone, and that's it. No, I don't have highways. I have trains. I have 14 different lines running the entire world. And I think we're at 100 and... lost track. What my station count is. Let's see, where's my last SAM stations? Down here somewhere. Copper. Come on. You're not going to pick that up. Sulfur. Quartz. SAM 8. Station 133. So there's 133 train stations. I don't know if we're going to have droughts or not yet, because I have only been doing infrastructure so far. I haven't actually built any of the actual factory yet, other than some power stations, so that everything runs. My main base is basically a massive empty platform at the moment, because all I've been doing is trying to 100% the nodes. Most of these lines have 3, 4, at least more than 2 trains. SAM, which is the one I'm fixing right now, has 2 trains. So there's constant input. And then the sheer fact of using every node in the game, I don't think we're going to be low on any supplies. Not to mention that my main base, one of the things that is there is a massive storage facility. And we did the math. And the entire storage facility can hold, I want to say, about 3.5 million individual items. And the entire time I've been working on the trains, they have been filling that storage unit. I should have written a number down as to how many actual storage units there are. So it's like, even if one of the trains can't keep up with actual production once I turn on production, it's going to take quite a while for me to even notice, just because of the sizes of the buffers. Alright, you should work again. Let's see if you can make it up the hill. Go, baby, go. This is like that scene from the Polar Express where it goes up the spiral mountain that then goes nowhere. Except mine goes somewhere. It's a slow but steady pace. I think we've got the angle just fine. I think the other train is sitting over there. No? Where is the other train? I know it's around somewhere because it was upset about this one. I have tried drones and I have messed with trucks in this game, but honestly, like, ounce for ounce, pound for pound of actual transportability and the number of items that could be moved, I feel like trains are, like, the best. But yeah, you can see my main base through that gap over there. Parts of it. Giant unfinished platform. But yeah, I have that area there that I'm calling the accordion or the pipe organ. So it's all 14 trains come in there. And look at how many storage units each one has. It's a lot there. Right, let's put the aesthetics back in on this. Oh, there's the other train. I knew it was close by. Okay, this is going to change the angle on these cables. So you're a little screwed, so I'm just going to stick you there. Except for where there's lights in the way. clips through the light. Fabulous. That's what I get for not moving the lights when I moved everything else. Almost there. One of them's on its way down. Where is it? There it is. Like it sounded it's right on top of me. It's fine, it's in there. Right, and then some connectors on the inside. halfway down by now? No! That's not how I want that. The other train's coming down. Almost there. All right. I need to make it purple. Okay. So fix that. So I need to fly all the way to the southern tier. Ugh. There are four geysers. As yet unclaimed. Right, if I can see the drones, I'm getting close. When I see the drones, I'm getting close. Yoink. Alright, there's one. Power. Okay, one down. Need to go due south. There's one right here somewhere. There you are. Two down. The other two are on the east side of the Dead Marshes, the northeast side. Oh, there's actually 3 of them there. One. Two. Mouse. Oh, it's literally right there. 3. Grab the wire. I'm still producing something like 23,000 megawatts right now. All on coal and geothermal. Well, and fuel plants. All right. So that does all of the geysers. Okay. So I got 1 crude well to clean up, and that's it. A little to my left. Hello. Production. I haven't done this in a minute. Where is it? Oh, I see it. Down. I need you. A creature is in the way. We'll tell him to move before I explode him with dynamite. Struck oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so where is the nearest oil train station? Bauxite, nitrogen, sulfur. That one doesn't say. Limestone. Bauxite. Copper. Uranium. Iron. deuterium, coal, sand, limestone. There's crude oil B3 down there. Was there no other crude in this area? No. B3 down here. C1, B3, whatever. These two are the nearest. That's annoying. Oh well. So, we're going to need some pipe. Put that down. Oops. Resource 180 minutes to do. So I can combine these two pipes just fine. Damn it. Grab. Alrighty then. Come with me, little pipe. Get a going on an adventure, and yeah, I'm hoping you're gonna reach. Right. Use gravity for as far as I can. Little bit of clipping is fine. Just gonna have to build the pipe and come back and do the pumps later. Thank you. Okay, so that connects the well, and I just need to do the pumps. Already some oil in this section, so it's able to at least flow that far because I kept it flat enough. So now we need to go uphill from here. At least gets it in there. I think that's enough to push it over the hump. Should be enough to get it over the hump. Maxing out the flow. It's going. It is going. And it should happily flow all the rest of the way down. Max flow. Until the pipes fill up. And then it'll stop. Because everything down there is full. Alright. Looking pretty good. So we've got that flowing. So that does it. That officially does it. That's every single resource node on the map. Deuterium, claimed. None unclaimed. Limestone, none unclaimed. Copper, none unclaimed. Iron. Quartz. Sand. Coal. Sulfur. Water, meaning the water pressure wells, and also the geysers. They're a separate thing. But nitrogen, crude, uranium, geysers, and bauxite. 100%. I would make a celebratory sound effect, but I don't have one. Alexa, light a firework. Nope, she doesn't do that. All right, this has taken weeks of streams to get to this point. Literal weeks of streams. There are so many trains on this map. 133 train stations. I knew this was going to be a challenge when I started. I did not realize how much of a challenge I was going to be in for. I'm very pleased with the results. And all of this is just infrastructure. You know, most of the stations are technically unfinished, but they are all serviceable. They are all loading materials. A lot of bridges and expressways that are going to need to be made pretty later on. I never turned that time lapse off, did I? So that's been recording for a bit with no changes. Welcome to the base. There's more cleanup stuff that I'd like to do, and that might be what I do today. Because I don't know that I'm ready to actually start on the factory itself. But what I am curious about is how many total trains I ended up with. I have 14 stations here. One for each resource. This is the thing I like to call the accordion. Or the piper. And there's a train for everything. Iron, copper, limestone, SAM, deuterium, the geysers, which is the water train. It actually goes to the water pressure nodes. Quartz, sulfur, coal, crude, bauxite, uranium, which is why my screen's fuzzy. That's an actual water train, which actually goes to a water plant. And nitrogen. I forgot I had two different water trains, one for the water plant and one for geysers, which means that there's 15 train stations here. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope, it's 14. I was counting. So iron. Holy crap, I knew I overloaded iron, but Jesus. Look at all those trains. Okay, so iron main. These are all mains. 1, 2. Oh, it's got deuterium on it as well. That's why. I forgot about the deuterium glitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trains between the two of them. They got too close to the deuterium line, so it registers the two lines as one. Copper. Copper has 2, which doesn't seem like enough. Limestone has 4. Sam has 2. Deuterium again, which should show the same ones. Water train has 1. Quartz has 3. Sulfur has 3. Coal train has 4. Crude, I think, is busy. I think that one's got 4, yep. bauxite has 1. I could probably add some to that. Uranium has 1. The other water train, I think, has 2. Nitrogen, last but not least, 1. So, on the main lines, so that doesn't include the mini loops. That's 38 trains right there. So I have a couple sets of loops. I know there's one on the iron line. I don't remember where the... I know there's another mini loop, but I don't remember which line. I think it's on Limestone? Is it on Limestone? I know there's like 2 separate mini loops on the iron line. Because one of them's on the other side of this breadbasket. Bread box. So that's another 2. There's 2 trains there. They run on that loop. The Dead Marches loop. I'm pretty positive I have another set of loops. I'm just trying to remember what they're on. If they're on iron or if they're on something else. No, I know I have another set of loops because it has that one cliffside station with the square spiral. It's copper. Well, it doesn't matter. It's an additional 2 trains. I don't think I did any other mini loops. I remember doing 2 of them. I remember doing iron, and I remember doing this one. So that would make the total 42 trains. Across the entire map. 42 trains. All running simultaneously at the moment. I think I'm just going to float around for a few minutes and collect some B-roll. And get rid of that beacon now. We don't need that. There's so much going on. I don't know if that just does a straight up recording or not. I haven't messed with the camera mod enough to really know. Well, it did record. Not quite the way I expected. started it. How do I stop it? Well, that was the thing I did. I don't know if teleport. Oh, that just lets me jump to wherever the feed is. Yeah. So if I move a little to my left. Yep. Interesting. I could do a time lapse from this location. Do a mini lapse and then not have any trains go by. I hear some. There's one on the big line. There's like 6 iron trains, so I always expect an iron train on the iron line. Especially because they're all full, so none of them are loading anything anywhere. So many of them. After all of the work, it's actually kind of satisfying just to take a few minutes and enjoy watching them run. Well, there's one on the bridge. Another one on the bridge. Those iron trains come every, like, minute. I don't know that number, and I'm not going to answer it. Whoops. I'm getting a bunch of spam calls lately. They're trying to give me loans. Loans which I did not ask for. I actually tried answering one of them the other day. And you got to sit there and listen to their message and then press 1 to connect to an agent. So I waited through the message, pressed 1, so that I could tell said agent, hey, take me off your damn call list, and never heard anyone. They just hung up on me. And I was like, well, then why did you call me? Has to be at least one train that goes over this bridge while I'm sitting here. I can see trains in the distance. Oh, there's the one crossing right now. I just need to shut up and be patient. There's the voicemail.
I'm calling about your loan request.
Yeah. And there's the second one. Oh, that one's the express. It's only got 3 cars. Wait, I hear another one. There's... Okay, 2 express Caterium trains. I've made so many of them, I don't know how many I have. Even though I literally just calculated it to be about approximately 42. There's just so many trains. Yeah, sitting here complaining I haven't seen any trains. And then 3 Caterium trains go by at the same time. Look at this. I mean, just this one image. My train's sitting down there at a red light. There he goes. I've been working on this a long time. I'm allowed to sit and bask in the glory of it, as it were. There's a blue train. That's a graphics glitch. The music's very well set for this at the moment. And it's interesting. I was innovating on the train lines all the way up to the end. So some of the alterations that I made on the Sam line yesterday and the day before, I hadn't tried before. And they actually worked out really well on the Sam line to the point where it's like, well, if I ever need to increase efficiency on my other lines, I should do the same thing I did on the Sam line. So it's like a lot of them have sidings so that trains can pass one another, but I put the sidings between stations. And what I did on the Sam line is I put the sidings at the stations. So trains going in one direction always have to stop at a station, meaning trains going in the other direction don't have to stop at all. They basically just express line straight back. It works really well. I could definitely see taking some time if I wanted to do more cleanup work. And I could go line by line and move all of the sidings from the main lines to the stations. I think that would improve the efficiency considerably. Because right now, most of the lines, trains coming up against each other, one has to park just in the middle of the line and wait for another one that's sitting at a station down the line. Glad I figured out what that sound glitch is. I'd like to see some of my trains go through here, please. Not just over there. That one would have been cool too, because those two trains were running side by side. Hello, Bouncy. You're having an okay Tuesday. I have officially 100%ed all of the nodes. We cleaned up the geysers and picked up that one lost crude oil pressure well. And now I'm kind of just enjoying it, and I'm getting shots of B-roll. I mean, just kind of enjoying all of my trains running everywhere. So I did some math, And my estimate, if I did the numbers correctly, is 42 trains, including the mini loops. And 133 stations. There's a person at my front door. Something got delivered. A combination of YouTube and Streamlabs. Of course it is. Because they can't cooperate with each other. However, they are cooperating today. Yep, 133 stations, 42 trains on 14 lines. What I can't calculate is how many miles of track I have laid. Seems like when I'm moving is when I see tons of trains, and when I stop is like the trains go away. Still got a lot of aesthetics done, yeah. Most of the stations are very much unfinished, like these 4 or 5 on this in this view. 6. Excuse me. But yeah, there's a lot to be finished aesthetic wise. And I think there's going to be some cleanup work at some point. I was talking about before you came on the fact that I was still innovating on the train lines all the way up to the last train. And even on the SAM train, I was still figuring out better ways to do it. So one of the things I did on the SAM line is I still put in sidings, but I put them in at stations so that the train going one direction had to go into the station and the train going the other direction just bypassed the station entirely. And that seemed to work really well on the SAM line. And I'm thinking I should like streamline some of the other lines in the same way. So Iron especially, Iron has like 6 trains. It is maxed out. And I feel like if I did something similar with Iron, it would probably significantly increase its efficiency. That being said, I don't actually need to worry too much about efficiency because of the sheer amount of product that's going to be going into the main bays. Especially because even as it is, all of the lines are running successfully. But it would give me something to do at some point. Similarly, at some point, I kind of want to go through and get rid of as many of the bucking bronco sections of track as I can. And put in ramps so they're smooth. That'd be a personal aesthetic choice. It makes a huge difference on those spirals. Yeah, aesthetics are a great distraction. But they're a great alternative when you get kind of tired of some of the other things. I like sitting and watching the accordion. I think the accordion / pipe organ gets more traffic than any other area because it's where all of the trains come together. And this is another place that's going to get some aesthetic upgrades, like ramps, going in and out of the accordion. you? I'm trying to frame these well. Because I've noticed that the screenshots it takes are not full screen. They're like 4x3. So, funny thing, Bouncy. I don't know if you noticed at the very end of yesterday's stream, as I was closing out, the SAM train got stuck. It turns out that when the SAM train is completely full, it is too heavy to go up the spiral. So as I was trying to sign off yesterday, I realized that the spur station I had put in that cave was causing the train to reverse direction. So there were like 2 cars that were never getting filled because the train was always being reversed twice. Once at the spur and once here at the accordion. So there were 2 cars that weren't getting used. So that I was like, oh shit. Here, let me quickly put a loop in so the trains going into the cave don't reverse. And consequently, I filled those 2 cars. And I was just about to sign off when it went up the loop and couldn't make it to the top. It was too heavy. Started sliding back down. So, first thing I did today was I redid the SAM train spiral. So it is just, it's the same height, but it now has a lot more spirals because it's a lot less steep. It's a very long climb. There's the spiral, which has more spirals now. But it works. Crude oil. But yeah. So I didn't move it. It didn't change the height, but it has probably twice as many. I don't know. Maybe not twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 or 8 loops. now. I think there was like 5 or 6 before. No real mentality. Trains actually are. Sun is going down. I would like to get at least one Sam tree here. I was gonna say I want at least one Sam train going up the spiral on this piece of B-roll, and there's one of them right there. It goes slow, but it gets up to the top. And every time I watch it, I can't help but think of that one scene from Polar Express. That's a shot by itself. Downside is you don't actually often see the train go by it because it's the uranium train, and the uranium train is actually pretty rare. Just one. And it could be anywhere in the map right now. There's a train down there. I'd love to know where that train is. But I don't really have an easy way to search for it. Trains. Uranium. It is way on the other side of the map right now. No, I am not done, that is for sure. So I know where it is, and I know it's headed towards me. So if I'm a little bit patient, then I can get the shot, because it's on its way straight back. It shouldn't be stopping anywhere. Also, I just realized I could use this part of the map to actually make an accurate count. It just stopped. An accurate count on how many trains I have. I estimated 42. That was the tail end of it. I really ought to straighten it out on this bridge, too. Yep, there it is. It's funny how the locomotives will spawn in, but the train cars won't. Sunlight. There's the cars. The wires on that one side aren't straight either. Nice. The snake vibe, I like that. And I've definitely gotten better at the bridges themselves. I don't hate that bridge, but I can see how I could have improved it. There's the SAM train. This bridge here is actually going to be an interesting one when I finish it. It has more single tracks on it than any other bridge. Because there's 4 lines going across that same bridge. I have another bridge down by the Dead Marshes. There's the blue train. I have another bridge down by the dead marshes, and well, that's the Sam. That's one of the Sam trains. I have another bridge down by the dead marshes that has 2 or 3 rail lines on it, but they're stacked vertically. It really is. If I fly around, I see trains everywhere. I stop somewhere, and then the trains go away. I hear them. It'll definitely get some. It'll get some aesthetics. In the long run, unless I get bored, I plan on putting aesthetics in everything. It's kind of the point, a part of the point of this playthrough. There's a train. It's not coming over here. They're going over there. Here comes one. before I can get it in, a train is going by. Not Cam. Cam B is the designator I have been using. Missed the train entirely. Hopefully there will be others. If you're in the right areas, there's constantly iron trains going by. There goes one now. Yeah, excuse me. The game is lagging. The dry distance means that not all of the plants in this area are loaded in, so it looks more sparse than it actually is. This is funny. How is it possible that I have 40 plus trains running and wherever I stop to take a video is where the trains aren't? I keep just missing. Man, I did okay yesterday, even though yesterday I got poor sleep. Last night I slept through the night. I am tired today. I got home this morning and I did my brunch and just even waiting for my food to cool while watching some YouTube, and my eyes were like drooping. Like, I'm tired today. Yeah, the water does still look good. There are 4 train lines in this image. Are we gonna get any trains to come back? Oh, uranium's just coming up the hill. So we got 1 train to come through. Hey, there's another one. I think that's coal. Well, I didn't remember that. That's why the uranium train is slow, is because it's got some bi-directional stations, because that one right there has 2 front ends. Look, all of a sudden, trains. Trains all over. And they're also a little laggy. Everything's a bit laggy. The whole game is lagging. The menus are starting to lag. It's funny that I seem to have so much stuff loaded into the game that even if I'm not actively building, it's still causing some lag. Because I have plenty of system resources. It's the game itself that's slowing down. I love how directly below me there's one line that I ran along the cliff, and then there's that other one that just goes straight over the crater. Excuse me. Yeah, I know it's a lot to render. It does make me wonder how it's going to hold up when I start building more. When I get into the actual factory building. Now that the resource management has been done. Very, very, very done. Dang. Maybe I should get rid of these beef sticks. They're a bit dry. I'm quite proud of that quad station. It's super unique. The way it's designed, in many ways, allows one half of the train station to be used as a bypass for the other half. Kind of interesting that they've got the random leaves and like floating debris that goes past the camera even when you're up real high. It'd be a pretty good effect if you were down on the ground, especially if you're in the woods. But this high up, it's like, where is this stuff coming from? It's very well done though, because it just sort of appears and disappears. Well, yeah, I'm sure it is as an effect, because that would make the most amount of sense. But given that the game offers you ways to fly normally, even without God mode, so you have jetpacks, hover packs, even just parachutes that you can use to get rather high. I feel like there could have been a height limit to that effect. Not that it needs one. It's not like it's hugely distracting. It's just a thought that went through my head. Well, given that I am not in a position to go ahead and start a new project, and it's about 1:45, I think I'm going to go ahead and just call it a day there. I didn't do much during this stream other than admire my own work, but I think it's worth it. I have been working on this for the last couple months. I'm allowed to pause and just enjoy it. Especially with the game lagging down, I'm ready to go ahead and let it be for today. So, tomorrow's early release. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I might be later in the day as opposed to earlier in the day. We shall see. I have various thoughts about how I want to proceed and where I want to go, but we're actually going to be moving into main factory construction next, like with actual machines and product lines and product, the actual factory. So I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday. Hope you're doing all right, Pouncy. And let's see, what else should I say? All the usual jibber jabber. If you found this video and you want to see where it goes from here, feel free to leave likes and the follows and the subs, because then you get notifications when I go live, because I do not have a set schedule. Thank you as always for hanging out. I appreciate anyone who visits, and I will see you in the next one. See you later.
can't pretend it. Can't pretend, oh no. Whoa. I can't pretend it. Can't pretend it. Don't feel right. No, don't feel right. I can't pretend it. I can't pretend it. Don't feel. No, don't feel right. I can't pretend it. I can't pretend it. Don't feel right. You say I'm out my mind. That I'm paranoid and full of jealousy.